Prime Minister Philippe J. PIERRE emphasized the need for dialogue and compromise during ongoing wage negotiations with police officers while launching a new mobile police station initiative in St. Lucia. At the unveiling ceremony, he addressed concerns regarding police remuneration, reaffirming his commitment to a peaceful resolution. Last week, PIERRE announced a proposed 13% wage increase from the GNT for public servants over 6 years, along with a 500 end-of-year bonus and the rollout of back pay scheduled for February 2025.
I will speak the truth all the time. I will say what's available, and I expect good sense to prevail. That is my job. My job is to create an environment for all the people of St. Lucia. I want to thank the Civil Service Association for accepting what the government negotiation team has provided. As it relates to the police, we are open to discussion. This is not a war. This is not, although some people are calling for war, we're not calling for war. We're calling for discussion, we're calling for compromise. So let me say it again. Anyone who believes they'll find themselves in a battle with this Prime Minister over the police or over nurses, over doctors, they will not get it. This is something that I have made abundantly clear. So let's talk, let's discuss it, let's make it work.
The Prime Minister announced plans to strengthen law enforcement's capacity with nearly 240 new officers by 2026, along with an additional 70 rangers focused on tourism security.
By June next year, there'll be 80 more police recruits. And we're looking to see if we can probably do another 80. If we can do another 80 in January 2026, another 80, so we can have about 240 new policemen in the system. And you can call them replacement policemen, no matter what you want to call them. We're going to put 240 new boots on the ground. So, in terms of police personnel again, we are implementing the Rangers program. We're going to put between 50 and 70 more Rangers on the streets, with particular reference to the tourism industry. So hopefully, by the end of 2026, we should have about 300 new law enforcement personnel on the ground in St. Lucia.
PIERRE asserted that public safety transcends political interests, noting that crime affects everyone regardless of affiliation. He expressed determination to ensure the law enforcement personnel receives the required support from the state, but admits there are constraints.
Let not your heart be troubled. What the government can afford, the government will give. Let me say it again. What the government can afford, the government will give. The government will not be able to take blood out of stone. But this Prime Minister is not in for any war. And anyone who is planning it, tell them to change their plans. This Prime Minister is not in for any war with any doctor, any nurse, any policeman, any civil servant, any teacher. I'm not going there. So let's not look for war. Let's sit down and work and let the country survive. And I want to wish all of you Caesar's greetings.
The Mobile Police Station initiative represents a new approach to community policing in St. Lucia, following models seen in other countries. Discussion between the government negotiating team and the island's protective services, including correctional and police, are ongoing. Gina Filippi, HDS News Force.